You know, the emerging church is an interesting term. For some, it is the way that a church expresses itself. It's the methods that they use. It's the way that the place looks. It's full of couches rather than pews, this sort of thing. And for others of us, it's much more deep than that. It's about how we view the world, how we view hope.
In the history of Christianity, as the church has reformed itself, different groups of people have gotten together and worked out that reformation. And Emergent Village is really a group of us who've been friends since the late 1990s and have been meeting, talking about these things, starting churches together, putting on events, writing books together. And an Emergent Manifesto of Hope is yet another articulation of that friendship that we've put out there into the world.
I'm really excited about an Emergent Manifesto of Hope book. I think that it provides a rare glimpse inside the emerging church from people who are participating, from people who are creating, and people who really are articulating what it is like to be a part of the emerging church. But even more so, it is exciting to me because it involves so many voices.
We asked 25 of our friends to contribute essays of something they're passionate about, something they think the rest of us should be thinking about and passionate about. So it's kind of like at a certain point, cutting down a tree and counting the rings. That's this Emergent Manifesto of Hope is that kind of, this is where we are right now. These are the things we're thinking about and talking about.
Being a hopeful people is really what Christianity is about, and really what I think many of us in the emerging church want to be about, and that is to live out the good hope of God, that we believe that there is light in the world and that God is alive and active. And so we're doing all that we can to live into that.
As I've been reflecting on this word justice, which you hear come up a lot in the emerging church, I've been thinking, really, words like justice, love, and gospel mean the exact same thing. I mean, justice is gospel. To work for justice, to be actively engaged in God's justice in the world, means to be gospel people.
In the emerging church, just as in an Emergent Manifesto of Hope, it is populated by people who are active, and they're activists. They want things to change. They want to participate in that change. These are not people waiting around for something else to happen. They're people who want to engage and want to make a difference.
For the future of the emerging church, one thing to me is relatively certain, and that is that we're going to live in friendship with one another. All of us who've invested our lives into this thing, and what we want is to fashion a beautiful Christianity that we can hand on to our children and our grandchildren, and that they can then pick up and make their own and reform in their way. That, I think, is the legacy that the emerging church will leave.
There must be